A group of parents in Virginia have asked the Supreme Court whether or not an admissions policy meant to diversify one of the country's top public schools is racially discriminatory.
The group, called the Coalition for TJ, is accusing Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology of racially discriminating against Asian American students.
Now, the accusations stem from a new admissions process meant to increase Black and Hispanic enrollments, leading to a decrease in Asian American students. This comes 2 months after the court rejected affirmative action banning colleges from considering race as a factor in admissions. So what's happening here? We're joined now by Sheryll Cashin. She's an author and law professor there at Georgetown. Sheryll, help us understand this case a bit more, because I understand it's been an ongoing battle between this parents group and TJ High School. Give us a bit of background there.
Right. So TJ is virtually the #1 public school in the country. For years, they've had underrepresentation of Blacks and Latinos. After George Floyd's murder, like many other institutions, the school board that governs the school decided to rethink its admissions policy with the hopes of expanding access. And under the old system, a majority of the students at TJ came from a very limited number of elite middle schools in Fairfax County, one of the wealthiest counties in the state. But it just so happens that the attendance zone of TJ covers 6 jurisdictions, much broader, and there are citizens who can't afford to buy their way into Fairfax who subsidize and pay taxes for TJ. So what did they do? They adopted a new system that guaranteed that every single middle school in TJ's attendance zone could send the top 1.5% of their students to TJ. And then with the remaining 100 places, they scrapped a high stakes test and decided to look at everybody, evaluate everybody based on GPA, a problem solving exercise. And they gave extra points, a plus factor, not based on race, but on low income, or if you came from an underrepresented school, you were an English language learner, or you had a special education situation, right? And what happened was, yes, the Asian representation went down, but Asian low-income Asians actually went way up in their representation. And yes, the representation of Blacks and Latinos and poor students went up. Asian parents sued that benefited under the old policy, sued. But the Court of Appeals, the Fourth Circuit, looked at the record and said there was no evidence whatsoever that the school board intentionally was discriminating against Asians. What they were trying to do was broaden access.
Professor Cashin, it's really interesting hearing all those details about what went into the thinking of it. I'm wondering, the fact that this is a public high school, does that affect anything in the calculation about really whether or not this is going to be part of, whether it fits into sort of this larger debate about affirmative action in colleges and universities? Might it actually have an impact in whether the Supreme Court or other schools look to this as a benchmark?
Well, all public institutions, all state actors have to comply with the 14th Amendment of the Constitution to treat citizens equally and give them equal protection of the law. So in theory, if 4 justices on the court want to take this case and consider whether this utterly race-neutral new admissions policy somehow involved racial discrimination, yes, the court could take it. There are 3 justices. There was an emergency appeal at the time that this policy was adopted, and 3 justices, Clarence Thomas, Justice Alito, and I believe Justice Gorsuch, indicated that they wanted to take the case. All they need is one more justice, and that would be either Amy Coney Barrett, or Justice Barrett, or Justice Kavanaugh, or Justice Roberts, among the 6 conservatives. If just one more justice says they want to review it, they will. I think that Justice Roberts is not likely to have much appetite for having another huge affirmative action case 1 year later. We will see.
Very interesting. Professor Sheryll Cashin, thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you for having me.